All right, well, we are back up. Who knows how long we'll last. Apologies, you lost, the end of that second end there where Crior did make the deuce. And then you missed the third end, but hey, here we are in the fourth. Coming in on Vice Rocks, it looks like. Apparently all our hardware issues are not fixed. Did run some diagnostic tests, some new updates. We'll see how it goes. Maybe it'll fix it. Probably not, knowing this 15-year-old PC. We'll give it a go. But yeah, checking in here. Spoolhoff up 1 without hammer. Sitting 2, throwing guards. Good position to be. It looks like, other than ideally, right, those yellow rocks would not be in the behind the tee. Not ideal position, but hey. Club curling, we never get ideal. We are looking for good enough, and that is certainly what this looks like so far. I see Andrea has joined Allison down here at the far end, so this should be Ryan's last, and then we'll see the final 4 stones of this end after this one. Ryan a little wide, gonna flash. So we'll see what Allison calls here. Guard of some kind's my guess. Seeing where this game's at and knowing her general strategy. Probably trying to throw a guard on that outside sweep line there. Take away any raise of that red rock in the front 8. That looks like probably the best shot for Crior at this time. Although there is looks like there's some draws coming. There's some paths get in there, but it is difficult given where all these guards are across that center. And if our hardware failures continue, I got a backup plan. New PC, pretty much my old PC at home, but I replace gaming PCs more often than the curling club replaces streaming PCs. So we'll get something going here before those U5s, like I mentioned. Big external event for our club. Want to make sure we can put on a good show. And that guard, excuse me, coming up in a pretty good spot for her. Outside that sweep line, but high. I think that makes it good. Looks like Crior's going to try to move some of these centers out of the way. Try to give himself a shot with his last one. Seems prudent given the setup here. This end, just got to try to give yourself something. Some makeable shot for 1. But yeah, as I was mentioning, PC hardware problems. We've had camera problems this year. Down to 4 working cameras. Trying to get things situated, try to get more back. Hopefully next year we'll have a few more, but we'll see. And then streaming PC problems, which have not plagued us in the past. But we have construction going on here. A lot of drywall dust, a lot of contractor dirt dust everywhere, debris before the season started. So I wouldn't be surprised that had a impact on us. Move the PC out into storage. Move it back. This hit coming in, not a ton of weight, but looking like it's going to get to the middle. Move those 2 guards out of the way. Oh, that's a great shot. All things considered, when you only got 2 left, trying to just open up any path to the middle for your last one. He certainly did. Moved them all around, moved 3. Pushed them all out. There is definitely a draw path there to get to the 4-foot. I think Spoolhoff and Zinkwig here talking about where is the ideal guard in that draw path. Don't think they're going to get greedy and try to throw another one in, although you could argue for it. Try to make the shot that Crior is going to end up trying to throw. I don't hate it, but it looks like they're just opting for the guard. Smart, conservative Probably most ideal play here in only the 4th end. We do play 8 end games here at Midland. Unless there are 2 draws, then there's a time limit. You play as much as you can in the first hour 50. No new ends after an hour 50. But here on Sunday nights, we only have 1 draw. So no time limit, 8 ends, or unless someone concedes. So I think here, given 4th, only up 1 without, guard's a good call. And let's see how they execute. Looks a little wide, perhaps. Yep, Andrea calling him onto the carve side. You see Dirk moving over to help carve with Jasper. Let's see if they can get a little rub off. Nope. Just moves that guard straight back, even a little outside. So we'll see. See Creor here draw against 2. Going with the out turn. Nope, in turn. Looks like he's opting for the in turn. Probably the given the angles here, better shot. We'll see how this one comes to a close here in the 4th. Final rock, getting ready. I can hear you, Dirk. The stream can hear you as well. We can hear you. I can hear you, yeah. Sorry, having a little conversation with my teammates. They're saying we should, you probably could hear, perhaps talk a little crap about me since I'm sitting back here at the glass commentating. And this rock looks a little wide, ends up wrecking on a guard. Not an easy draw path. Was there, but not easy. Schooloff gets the 2, steal a 2, up 3, going into the second half of this game. Not quite sure standings in this league, where everybody's at these days. It's the fun league after all. You probably shouldn't care about standings, but I know our league chairs do have some sort of standing set up going on. So I think these are 2 of the teams in the top. I believe are pretty sure that it's Tomlinson, Spoolhoff, and Creor in the top 3 in this league. So, you know, you got a 1 versus 3, 2 versus 3, 1-2 matchup here going on. Not quite sure where those all fall in line these days. And we'll see the lead stone delivered by Jasper here. Gonna get a corner out of it. High corner. Creor's going to opt for that center guard, tight center. I think the things you think about as a club skip here, right? Hey, if I call the tight center and my lead throws a little heavy, not a problem. I got one in the rings now. Not exactly the same strategy as our professional friends watching the Alberta Provincials earlier today. What a great game that was. If you want to check out some fantastic curling, a lot of action in that game. I believe a lead change every end for 10 ends. Fantastic game. But we got a different strategy going on here for club level curling, which I love to commentate. Love to see the difference between that and our professional and semi-professional friends we watch all the time at the highest levels. He came up a little light there, high center. Kind of, you know, backwards from the traditional professional approach you see here. The team without with the corner, the team with throwing the center. But usually at this club level play, it's a race to the center. Put something up, get in the rings. It looks like a little fall there on the delivery. We got a hog stone. So see if Creor here can capitalize on that. Looks like he's calling it in. So I was just mentioning, getting racing to the center there, get some guards up, and see what you can do with it. I think that's just a natural consequence, right, at the level of play, and can't reliably make double takeouts of center guards at the club level. So get some guards in play, get them in there, protect that button, and see what you can do. Hopefully give yourself a shot for multiples here as Krehor with the hammer. Looks like that one's a little wide, gonna wick off that corner, come back to center. Got staggered centers. One really high, deep 2, light 3. Second one, so we'll see spool off here, call the draw in. Gonna see the intern from Dirk here. Dirk, one of our ice makers here at the club. Does a fantastic job making ice for sure, doing, I believe, Tuesday Ladies League as well as Mondays, if my memory serves me right. Subbing here on a Sunday night. Just Rex on that high guard, a little light. So now we got a high one on the hog line. Fun thing, not everybody knows the rule there. You know, Dirk Stone did not cross the hog line fully, but since it hit a stone that was fully across the hog line, it is in play. Not very often you get to see that, but we have seen it a few times here at the club level. Just keep wrecking on that center one, and they stack up and can get pretty far in front of that hog line, actually, and they're considered in play as long as they touched a stone that was in play prior. Seen another draw coming up short. Not sure if just a little weight consistency issue, or maybe ice is slowing down tad early. It's a tad early for that fifth end. Usually we'll see the pebble break down a little bit in the 7th or 8th, especially if other teams are off the ice. You know, the air gets colder, you might see the ice slow down a bit, but it seems a tad early for that. I think just a little issue getting dialed in. We'll see Allison and Dirk try the other side. This one looks a little better, but you got sweepers on it. They're going hard. Hard for me to tell from where I'm sitting on that pace of that rock going away from the glass. I do not think it has enough. Yep, gonna come up a little bit short. Got a lot of centers. Race to the 4-foot, front 4. First one there, good shape. I'll see Bryant try this again. It's a fair bit wide, but if it gets on the rings, you know, it could be the one that matters in this end. As we've seen a few folks come up short, come up light, wreck. And that one's going to be a little light too. That wide, that out there. Do know we tend to nip with a 2-pass, so not always nipped that wide, can tend to be quite a bit slower, and additionally not many rocks thrown that way. Adds to the decrease in speed on that line. So we'll see how Andrea throws this draw in. One's got much better pace than the last few. Seems a little heavy, but not too much. First one in there, but it is to the back 4, leaving Creora and Ryan here delivering the stone a chance to come in with a little bit of backing even. I did not know Ryan is a lefty. This looks a little wide, a little heavy. They're going, so maybe I'm wrong. Nope, that is heavy. They're trying to get some curl, I guess, trying to carve that one in. Not gonna do it now. Now Spoolhoff opting for the guard. Not sure, I can talk about this, husband and wife teammate here. Not sure I love the guard call. I think I'd call it in. Maybe top 8, same line. Take away, it accomplishes the same thing. Take away the drop path. Put another counter for them to draw against and potentially more things to wreck on. Looks wide. Looks like we're going to wreck on the guard here, but maybe get a little bump back out. Nope. All right, Ryan gets a second try at this. This one looks a little narrow. Krior calling for the sweep call. Gonna definitely wreck on those centers. As I was saying, touching a rock in play, now you can definitely, from that visual there, see a nice little wide gap of white, but that rock stays in play. More centers, so let's see what Spoolhoff opts to do here. Looks like it's the draw guard. Can't hear from this end what they're discussing out there. Don't have our wireless mics for skips yet. Hope to add that at some point. So we, the commentating crew and the fans, can get a little bit more insight into what our skips out there are thinking and deciding against. Okay, kind of heard from the mic there. Think the draw is plan A. And I think I heard her say, if we get the guard, that's good too. I'd agree with that. Trying to draw this one in and see what happens. Again, coming up a little wide from Team Spoolhoff there. Different, obviously, Allison throwing skip rocks. Came out a little wide as well, but, now that time bouncing a little bit into that draw path. Looks like there's a gap. Definitely tricky to maneuver. So, tempting them to not throw this shot. Looks like we are talking about the raise, it looks like. Raise is a good one here with only one shot from Spoolhoff left with one rock, right? You make this raise, make a very difficult decision and shot for Spoolhoff on what to do, and you can add in that degree of difficulty. If she doesn't make it, you got a good opportunity to throw the same shot again. Let's see how this comes out. It's got a chance for sure. Good angle, good weight. Is it going to catch that yellow rock? It sure is. What a great shot, great outcome. As I mentioned, great shot if you make it, given Spulhoff with a tough decision here on what to try, what to do. Believe by this line call, opting for guarding that same raise. I believe I heard that on the Ice House mic. I believe she said, gonna guard him from trying that same thing again. Playing the force. You know, honestly, looking at position of all these guards, definitely a good call. Given, I don't know, Krior opting for that raise, given not a lot of draw paths that look good out there. I think she kind of follows that same logic, although this looks heavy. Looks heavy and wide for what they wanted, but maybe not. It's, again, hard to judge going away from us here. She's going to catch the inside of that. That is good enough. It's going to get a little rub in. I think that takes enough away. Key's going to try that draw on the left side. See what Krior wants to do with his hammer. Could try to opt to throw it hit the one Spulhoff just threw into the red. Effectively the double raise. I think Ryan's signaling trying to draw around. I personally don't think you can draw close enough to the forefoot the curl tonight to make that on that side. I think you have to draw through this gap on the left if you're going to make it. I think I see that's where Krior's showing him the line. I think this is the best call he could go for here. No harm if you wreck, right? I say that, assuming he'll throw something close to the right weight. Obviously, throw a bit way too heavy, you might raise one of those yellow, but very unlikely. Given the play we've seen out of him tonight, I think we'll see either a made shot or a wreck on a guard. No harm, no foul. Take their one. Move on to the 6th. Let's see him deliver here. I have some folks from sheet 2 standing in my way, so my view is a little obstructed. Seeing exactly what you all do on the video feeds. Looks pretty good. They're on it for weight, it looks like. But still gonna wreck. That's a tough, gotta hit the exact right line with the right weight, given how small that window was. So they'll take their one and move on to the 6th end. Got three sheets of play going on here Sunday nights. On sheet 2, which we might swap over to 2 or 1 if the game here on 3 ends before the others. But on sheet 2, we have our Novice League graduates for their first game ever. Very excited about that. I don't know their names. Haven't had a chance to meet them yet, but really excited to have new curlers out here. Just finished our first half of the season Novice League last week. And we got new teams in pretty much all of our leagues here at Midland. Moving on. We got one team here on Sunday night, so we are up to 3.5 sheets. Do have a bye team. Hope to maybe recruit a few more folks next year. Get back to a full 4-sheet draw here in the Sunday Night Fun League. But yeah, excited to have new curlers out here, having fun. Looks like they are enjoying themselves, and they are on the scoreboard. Love to see that from our brand new team. I believe they're red on sheet 2. You can see their scoreboard. Maybe catch a little bit of the action here from the camera. Looks like they're playing the Chuck McCourt rink. Chuck, a great guy, super nice. Glad they're getting a good intro to our league with some other fun folks. As we see Lead Stones get started here on sheet 3. Good center guard coming in. All right, Spulhoff opting to come in. Like the strategy. Like this up 2 with where this game's at, where we're at. Like I mentioned, of not a lot of confidence from anyone to be able to throw double hits on centers. And there's no shame in that. That's a tough shot to make. We expect our national level players to make those, but here at clubs, not always. Little encouragement. Well, it comes. Jasper's draw comes up a little short here. A little center guard, but deeper than the red, so you can move it. Seeing that draw to the 4 foot, ideally coming in here. Looks a little light to me. Got a much better judge of pace here coming towards the glass where I'm sitting, but hey, a raise will do. That'll do. Especially without hammer, having one in there. We'll see where Jasper's next one comes up. I got you. As I mentioned, we got food here in the Sunday Fun League, and it's just asked by our chef tonight, if you smell burning, turn off the oven. You know, hopefully, we won't hopefully smell that, but looks like that draw came in a little light as well, so now we got a big stack of staggered guards here in the center. But definitely with the way the ice is moving tonight, I can see you can get in there to that 8 foot on either side still. 4 foot's going to be hard from the right, but Creor's opting to throw towards the front rings, front 8 on the right side there. I think that was the call, original tap of the broom. Knowing, hey, he gets top 12, top 8, top 4, all very, very, very acceptable in this situation. This looks very light. He's saying off, calling them off. Guessing because we're already narrow and on the guards. So I was mentioning that swing's there. And regardless if we weren't, if it wasn't narrow there, that was not making its way to the 8 foot, but adding to the protection of the lone shot rock right now. Bluff, like I said, opting what I kind of thought would happen here, opting to draw from the other side. Cards are closer to the center, a little easier to get to that front 4. I say front, top 4, all the same. Sweeping, it's coming in. It's gonna look good if they can get it there. Looks a little light. Definitely outcount that one. That's good. Yep, a little light, but hey, shot rock. Let's see. What is he opting for? It looks like he's opting for the hit. Well, now he's got broom waving going on. All right, realizing maybe the better option is the draw. Broom's in the same spot, though, so I think his shooter here is a little bit confused on the call. But that looks like a heavy draw. Wait, maybe caught between. I'm not sure if he wanted the hit or he wanted the draw. A few courtesy sweeps from Spool off there. Calling the bump on the one he just threw. We'll see if Dirk can make the little bump here. You recall, she thinks it's back 8, back 12. A little wide, coming in wide, so got room to get back in there as long as doesn't go through the back. I don't think so. Back 12, but not out of the rings. But third. I'm quite confused at times by this call. It looked like a hit call and then looked like tapping the button. Maybe he's just saying draw. That's their way of saying draw weight, but calling for sweep here. Getting a little tight on that yellow. I think we're gonna be raising the yellow here. Yep, not much. But they are angled in a way. You throw a hit on that, the yellow's out. Let's see what Spoolhoff opts to do here. Could try to draw in the other side. You can definitely get to the 8-foot. I don't think you can get to the button like she signaled there, but you can definitely get into that 8-foot. Probably even the edge of 4. Around those wide guards. Definitely got to go for the line here. I think we're on the guards. I think we are on the guards for sure. She's calling for a raise plan B, but I think we're on that, even the front one. Yep. Weight was just not there. Let's see here, if they make this shot, Spoolhoff is in some trouble. Definitely sitting at least 2, if not 3, if they make this successfully. Looks wide. And not a ton of weight either. So again, to that tapping hit, then take out. Not sure if Ryan knew what the call was there. I believe the call was to hit it, but just through backline weight. Nothing touched, so we'll see. Spoolhoff's like, I'm not going to give you that again. I think seeing the potential if you don't make the draw on the other side, what you end up with. I think they hear Dirk calling out same weight as the last one, which would be pretty good on this guard, as long as they get the right line. Oh, lost its handle. Picked on something, lost handle. You know, a little too wide to do any protection of that red rock. You can hear Andrew say it was finishing nice. It was, and then that handle abruptly stopped and started to go back the other way. So we'll see. Krior, I think, calling that hit. And we will see where this leaves us. Hear a lot of laughing and nice shots going on the other sheet there. I think our novice team impressed with themselves. Didn't quite see it myself, but see some smiling faces. Always a good sign. Looks like this one's a little wide. Gonna make contact with that back yellow, get it out, and the red just out. No tripping hazard back there. Spoolhoff with hammer here. So opting, I believe, for the guard. Opting for the guard to see what Creor does here. I think he successfully make this guard. Let's see Creor in red draw on the opposite side of the sheet. See that gap over there along that sweep line. Definitely a line in towards the 4-foot from that side. But can't guard them both. So there she's opting for taking away the raise they have tried a couple times here, which makes some sense. Although you make a good draw to the 4-foot on the other side, you make that raise not all that appealing anymore. But looks like she's going to be a little heavy. Now be careful you don't line them all up. As you come right to it at the right angle, you just leave the same shot with a few more bumps. Angle is not as clean, but it is definitely still there if they want to opt to hit the one spool off just through into the red, into the shot stone. Risk with that is not quite sure if you can get the angle. It is a more difficult shot. I would opt for what he is going for here. Opt for the draw. That path is there. The path to the 4-foot is open. You throw this, make this front or top 4, top 1. Not a lot of options for spool off to get back in there. See the final stone from red here on its way. Line looks pretty good out of hand. Not gonna lie, from here weight seems down. And I think we're wrecking. Yeah. I think he had the right line for that one. Judging by that final position, just a bit light. Ryan started to move the rocks, thinking that was the hammer. No harm done, though. Touched the shot rock, made the shot rock a little bit better, but they're not even going anywhere near that shot rock, so no harm done. Don't even need to opt to put it back. And so we'll see Spooloff try that same draw that Creor just tried. And yeah, just got to get in there. Got to get a little bit more than biting the 8-foot for a second point. Keep the hammer in the even ends, perhaps. Have the hammer in 8th. Andrea calling line. Wasn't quite sure what the weight call from Dirk was. Didn't hear it clearly. Looks heavy. Looks at. Oh yeah. Oh, a little rub there. Might have been just enough, but gonna go through the back. It's like the old saying, golf, right? If you don't even get it there, didn't have a chance. So they're a little too heavy, but that's all right. Still got the one. No harm done. She'll be up 3. Without the hammer in 7. Not quite not quite sure what's going on. Looks like the lead for Spoolhoff needed a bathroom break, and I heard Dirk, who's throwing second, ask, "Can I just throw his stones? Is that allowed?" I mean, it's the fun league. Don't really mind too much. I like there's a little team huddle. Can't quite see it. It's on sheet 4. Maybe if I move this. Nah. You guys won't see it even if I move it out of the way. There's a little team huddle for Creor going on 4 over here. Reminds me of Playdown's little spool-off huddle you can see in the house going on during this bathroom break. Like the 1 minute break between ends. Got to have a little team huddle. Okay, let's talk strategy. What are we doing here? Just a reminder, this is the fun league, folks. I believe if you win this league, you get your name on a paper plate. That's what we're playing for over this 18-week curling season. The right to play in that last week with your name, to earn your names on a paper plate. One of my proudest moments in this club's history is when I got my name on that paper plate 2 years ago. Believe if you get second place, introduced a few years ago, if you get second place, you get your names on a napkin, a paper napkin. The highest quality of napkins. Oof, Jasper hugged that one. Encouraging his street sweepers. Try to get that over and didn't quite get over. Yeah, second place. I believe the napkin was introduced as there was a little bit of controversy one year in the Sunday Fun League on who was the actual champion. Not quite sure of the details if my memory serves me right, but it was a controversy over who should have won the league. So I believe the league chair gave the paper plate to his league champions, and the folks who believed they had won but didn't received the paper napkin as their second place prize. I think a little bit of fun and a little bit of trolling at the same time. But it's all fun here. I believe it's prudent to put it that way, given you're playing for the paper plate here. And we see the center guards come out from Creor. Good, they need to score some points, need to get there first. Jasper's shot here, looking decent. Right line, but I think gonna come up a little bit short. And just tap that center. Comment from one of our viewers here in the chat. Who gets the plastic spork? Oh, that's a good question. Wasn't sure about that. Maybe that's last place. Maybe I should suggest that to our league chairs here of last place gets the spork. Looks like we got handshakes over on sheet 1 after 6 ends. So we will not be transitioning to that game if this one ends early. I think we have a closest game on the ice here on sheet 3 in N7. So hope the stream stays live for the rest of this time. We can get to the end of this game in for y'all. Again, apologies for missing the first couple ends here with some hardware issues. But hey, so far so good in the second attempt. We're up here about 45 minutes. Just quite frankly, sad as it is, better than it's been. We got the first from Dirk on his way. Drawn to that front top 4. Keep saying front, should say top. It's close. Think it's gonna wreck, but we're close. Yep, just catching it. Lee Spooloff can't get mad about that. Controlling the front of the house, got 2. And Red's is a little covered. Could raise it, but a little covered. Not ideal if trying to get behind it, but we'll see how these next few stones develop. Opted for the hit. Might be a little more ambient audio in here now that we got some teams coming off the ice. I do have a second commentator, Mike, if any of y'all want to join me. All right. They might be able to hear y'all. So.
Yeah, they can hear me. Is anybody watching?
We got a couple viewers out there. Say hello to the 3 viewers I think we have last time I checked. Yeah. Don't worry, they can't see the score on sheet 1. It's just out of view. I don't know if y'all heard that comment. They play another ended view, and that is true because I believe this final score was a 9-2, and as we can see here on the stream, we can only see to the scores if they enter 10. So, good job shaking over there. Not a lot developing early in this end. Got the centers, get guards, take them out. Trying to draw in here again. A little wide, but tracking nice if it gets there. Looks a little light. Yep. We'll see. We're on Vice Rocks now. Andrew's first, going to try to draw in. Again, line looks good. Maybe a little wide. Got a curl. She's asking for the push. Asking for a little carve. It's going to be open. Be in there. Looks a little deeper than T. Maybe not. Nope. Going to come up. Top 4. Hard to judge. This looking down the ice this way. But fully open. Opting for the hit. Get a nice hit and roll under cover would be ideal. Got a good chance. Perhaps not the hit or a miscommunication. That would get the draw. Yeah, good line, just a little light. Spoolhoff going into defensive mode, calling guards now. Makes some sense. Given the scoreboard and where we're at, sitting shot. Andrea's second looks a little heavy. Line's good. But again, shouldn't allow myself commentating up here to be calling weight for them. They're on it the whole way. And it is quite good. That is a excellent guard for what they wanted. Creamer opting for the hit. Wide. Not going to come back. I think Spoolhoff opting for another guard here. Saying it's all feels like guard weight or draw weight. Excuse me. Bringing one in. Oh, that's leaves you open to a double, but not an easy one. A little deep, I think, deeper than they wanted. You make that a biter, it's a much harder double. Leave it as a guard even. Much more difficult, and takes away any run at that. So we'll see his hit here. All right, got Creor's first coming in here. Trying to hit the double. Take both those yellows out, maybe leave the shooter. I think you make this shot though, the shooter's gone off the side. But we'll see. On it right away, out of hand. Looks close. Looks close. Oh. Yeah, a little too tight. You see it rolls off, it still bites. That's kind of what I was getting at. You make the double. You make the double, you lose the shooter, but good shot nonetheless. Makes it one, takes out one, leaves himself a biter. Might set up the possibility for two for Creor with hammer here, but not a desirable position to be in. Spoloff and Andrea, I see Spoloff's vice, Andrea, looking back at the scoreboard, I think, checking like, hey, Spoloff trying to come in, I think, make it even harder. I think that's the right call. You put one on the other side, get him snookered. Sitting two, you could possibly sit two here with some very difficult, if not non-existent draw paths. And might be playing raise on those center reds, and they do not look angled up for anything easy. But to get there, still has to make this shot, make it a good one. Good spot to be for yellow. Spoloff's last rock coming in. Here the sweeper's calling light, out of hand. And it does look light and narrow. Looks by the front, yep, but don't think it's going to do much because I don't think we're getting to the second one to raise. Yep. Not sure. He's looking at the reds, see if there's anything he can do here. Trying the red raise, which is what, say Spoloff makes that last shot. This was all they had, but it looks like that's what they're opting for anyways. Tough draw around either outside to bite for to outcount that yellow rock, but do think definitely the right side looks there. Difficult shot, but if the right's there, I think the left's there too, but difficult draws, precision. See him opting for a little less precise shot of tap the reds in. And we'll see what he can do with the hammer. Seems like too much weight unless you catch the yellow to remove it, but I don't see the angle for that to happen. Yep, that was the angle I thought was there. Too much weight for that shot. Goes through the back, one yellow. Question is, are we going to see handshakes after 7? 7 down 4. Looks like we're opting to play. Maybe not. Here's some cheering for sheet 2. We'll switch the action over to sheet 2 if we're done. All right, looks like we are done. So we will turn the action, spool off with the win here, and we will switch over to sheet 2. All right, and as I was mentioning in our first broadcast, we do have our little quirks with every sheet here. Sheet 2's quirk, much cleaner visual, but you do see some white artifacts and the occasional drop frame from some bad cabling to that camera. Hopefully we'll get that replaced here in the near future, but at least the houses look good. So let's see here. We got, looks like this is the first for Chuck. So we got 4 rocks to go. Looks like nothing in the house as far as I can tell. No one on the left, maybe an angle. I don't think so with the angle. I don't think so. I can see clear white on the camera on the screen here. Camera angles towards the front. It's usually not a problem of left to right, but Chuck came up a little light there. As I was mentioning, one of these teams, I don't know any of the red players' names. They're our new team to our league, our novice graduates. Yeah, they just showed up. Oh, brand new team.
Yeah, brand new, haven't done novice.
I had a 3-minute. I did see some lessons going on before league started tonight. So brand new curlers, brand new on the scoreboard. Good for them. Skip curled in college. All right. Well, we're seeing Skip rocks here, so let's see how long ago was college.
How long ago was college? Yeah.
Who knows? Looks pretty decent overall. Not gonna lie.
Yes, sweet. You gotta get them. You go for the raise. Go for the raise.
I gotta. Oh, if it wouldn't have caught that other one. Now we got some newer curlers. A little delayed reaction to sweeping that one out. Unfortunately, still going to be a biter back there. All right, Chuck's last one here. Sitting one. All it is a biter in the very back. And I think just trying to come to the top 4, choke off that button, get behind that guard. Looks decent. Line looks good. Maybe a little wide, but weight just seems a little too heavy, and I think that's where that it's going to be in the back 4, back 8. Back 1. Right has a chance to just put it right there, yep. All right, hammer coming in. Put it right there. See Don helping him out, helping our new team, giving him line call. Kind of shot call what you should be doing here. That looks wide compared to the last one. Last one looked really good. That one not so much. I think that's going to be handshakes is my guess, but we'll see if they're going to continue on. Yep, I see carpet coming out. So we got handshakes on 2 as well. Well, hey. Might have fixed our reboot issues. Came back up successfully for over an hour. That's good to know. And we will see you next week.